it? Okay, whatever. Hello, everyone. I hope your day is going great. Yes, I'm still supposed to be off, but I just got this message, and it's about different things, but especially what is happening now and what's going to with some things. I can't say with everything because I'm not being told. But anyway, there's new rules and laws, as I said in my other videos. And in this, there are some what they are and will be revealed. I'm only allowed to give what is happening now with the rules and laws. Anyway, first, with college students and stuff, there are way too many that, when they're having parties, it gets out of hand. Now, some have ones that come, are supposed to have, that don't go to, like a brother or a sister or, one of them, to keep everything under control. While there is way too many who invite ones that don't belong in the college, who have, fake IDs to pretend that they're their ages and stuff like that. There are too many who bring drugs and way too much alcohol, and then they start, arguing, or it gets out of control. Now, first of all, if you're under 21 and if you're not home to be supervised, if you're 18 and you want to drink, as a parent, you make sure that person drinks responsible. But, when you're at college and you're not 21, even if you are, you should know anyway. But there are way too many ones that bring outsiders in, that has these parties, gets out of control, then the cops come, or I should say police, or authorities. Now, the thing is, now, you're in college, so you should be 18, whatever. You should still know. You're not a baby anymore. You're not a child anymore. You are an actual adult. Even though you're 18 and you're pre-adult, or whatever, how you want to say it, it doesn't matter. You should still know. If the cops, the authorities come, you should know. And this is for everybody. Not to, make problems. Now, if you know that you are, drunk or whatever, you don't argue or try to fight with the authorities. Which you get pepper sprayed. Now, that can get it also out of control, where, sometimes when you spray it, a lot does come out, and sometimes it's not supposed to, whatever. Now, that crap apparently burns. But also, which is you know, also dangerous, is whatever's in that, they're using it for these, challenges or whatever they're called, and candy. They're using what is in pepper spray to put on that candy, which, you know, okay, it burns, but most of them, well, I should say all, who eat that candy ends up in the ER, and some pass away. The thing is with the pepper spray, you know, I could see it burning for a little bit, you know, but that, if a lot gets in there and you don't have the supplies or access to um, to, wash it out, that could be dangerous. So we need to change that a little bit. Still have the effect, whatever you spray people with, why or whatever. Yeah, to stop them and whatever. But that needs to change this way. If we don't have access or you don't have access to wash it out, but again, you know what you did. Either parties, there shouldn't be any problem. The ones who are being called on know what you did. When the authorities come, they know. And if you have to go, to the station, whatever, there shouldn't be any problems. Okay. And the other one is, now, I'm still getting names, fake pages, and all that. I already made a one that well, it wasn't really me. It's the one who I am giving this video to. I asked them to go on, ones I follow, to like. Now, right after that, like I said in my other video, I get one from that person, which I already explained who it was. Yeah, my team told me about it, and I saw it. That's why I made the video. But now I'm getting other things other than the phone calls, Now, I used to follow a lot of people, especially family, with my other page that got taken. And, I'll explain all that a little bit in the rest. Now, like I said, I'll listen to music, but only two at the moment. And I'm not mentioning, but I stay away from ones that I followed who are artists or whoever, you know, just like me, plain whatever, etc., etc. Now, I used to follow, and I will mention these names because they are really good artists. I mean, I don't know if they're like well known yet. Some are, some aren't. Now, the thing is, I'll just mention just the first names. I'm not going to get into it because they have enough problems. Because the ones who are doing it knew that I followed them. So to cover themselves up, they, and they're trying to find who my DM is, which you're not going to find out. So it doesn't give people the right, because I follow, I follow men and women because I like what they do. And I'm proud of them, how far they got. Or they're a good singer, or whatever. That doesn't mean that they're my DM. Like I said, even if they were, you're not going to know anyway. Because even though that I did see who it was, and like I said, was, I don't know. Only God knows. Now, it's on a particular app. Now, where it started was, an ex who found out about me, and a fan that they know, and their ex, their exes got together, got a group, and etc., whatever, blah, blah, blah. And some of them work for this app. Now, when I mention these names, they're using these names, or maybe it's them. They're real names. I really don't care. The thing is, it stopped for a while, and then I figured I'll go back on. Started again. Now, everyone knows who Callum is, who James is, and soon, and with this one, I did something, and 2 days later, I found out that he actually, never mind, I'm not going to get into it. Hopefully, I helped. But anyway, the other one is, his name is Chase. And there's a lot more that I'm getting these fake pages with. First of all, and the one where it started. First of all, leave them blank alone. And I'll explain why after this. Everyone follows their favorite artist or favorite, family member, whatever. Now you're using, I'm assuming they're a family member. I don't know. Like I said. But you're using these names. Like I'm not going to know that it's blank. I'm not going to mention. Later on I'll mention, maybe. But it's not up to me. It's up to my team, God, and my hidden help, my authorities, the authorities, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. But I just know, like I said, it's exes, some fans, that they know, that are put there, ones who follow like a puppy dog, or like a little child. Like I said, some work at the certain app, probably all of them. I mean, I don't know. I know it's the same ones with 2 of the apps. And no, it's not this one. Not that I know of. And it's not only them. It's family, who I said, the cousins, distant, whatever. That they found who my family is. They're using their names, using all these ones that I followed that have, that, like I said, are artists. Now I'm also getting a whole bunch of add me. When I don't know any of them. I don't know any of these people either. The names that you're using. And I don't have anyone that's at it. Because I heard whoever, friends or whatever it's called, that you have, that, you'll get suggestions of all who ever they have with, you get suggestions with them and their friends and all that. Well, the thing is, nobody has these names. So, it's ones who are trying to, come to me, that are sending people. And anyway, whatever. Now to get to it. You should have listened. You were told, like I said, family, the cousins who were involved, or not. And it's not only the cousins, it's the other ones who I'm speaking about. I don't know any of you. None of you. You were told to stop acting like a spoiled brat when you don't get your way. I'm not the only one who has been saying this. First, I was taught to get anywhere, you have to work at it. Use your hands to create. Be creative. Use common sense to know what's right. Use your eyes to see what's around you and to see signs from spirit. You need to know how to solve every test that's thrown at you, to learn. And that should only come from spirit to teach you, what you want for yourself and what not to repeat, and etc., etc. Not ones who do magic to ruin you, make it really difficult, that takes longer than it's supposed to. Like since I was a child, maybe since I was born. Especially when I got a little older and I asked questions. That's when I had to learn on my own. And we'll always learn. That's when the attacks got stronger and done more. All day, all night. No one didn't know, though. By that time, I was already higher than you thought. Yes, I sometimes get low, like everyone else does, but came out of it quick. Except, I'll just say, like recent, 5 years ago, at that time, I had to be kept low for a bit because it was time to show what was about to happen. I had to wait. Because it's all who was connected to what's been done to me. So again, you all were warned. You thought you could get what I deserve, what I have, who belongs to me, which I don't ask about. That's in God's hands, along with everything else. Doing magic on me, and among other, stuff, thinking that it would break me. No. If I didn't know about any of this, learned from God and Spirit, or listened to them, or the universe, no, like anyone else, I wouldn't be able to get through anything. So when trying to push what you can't handle onto me to go through it for you, thing is, yes, I did. Even when it didn't concern me. Like, well, really. But it did, from having all of you involving me. The thing is, all those years, yeah, I solved it. What all got me involved with. Yes, again, I took care of it, but you didn't know what was yours, that you involved me in. It's still yours. I'll just say it's under, like, a cold case, along with the karma from your past, on this timeline, lifetime, your past life, and what you added that you refused to resolve, along with all the magic that was done. It will be returned, especially to the ones who started all this BS with all the lies. And to say, I'm way too far ahead. And yes, like I said in the other video, the gifts who were supposed to, be done in good ways, with magic, the tarot, whatever. You didn't stop and were told they were being taken away. Yeah, that's true. Usually, they are taken and maybe given back, either in the next life or when you completely healed for the good. But you didn't. And you continued. And you've ruined your bloodline and everyone you got involved. So all those gifts just came to me. You were told to be grateful. You have a job. You should have used that to learn and work at, getting a higher position or more pay, or finding a higher pay at another job you know, see how that works. Work two jobs, for a little tiny bit until you get in, and then leave the other job if you had to. You're supposed to, do what's best. But no, instead of using that talent to prevent others providing for their family, now it's time. I will not get anyone out of their karma for them. And trying to prove that whatever anyone gets me involved, I'm tired. I'm not doing it anymore, trying to fix it all. Because everything I do, all assets, which I really don't have any, not yet, are all being monitored, being watched, etc., etc. I don't have any karma. Now it's time. How everyone thought I'm not connected with God or spirit, you're going to know that you messed with the wrong person. Should have listened. But anyway. You were also told I have, bodyguards, hidden help, and etc. more around the world. And it's not only, them, like here on earth. It's all the ones I have in all of spirit, all of underworld, and more. You were told all access to airports, buses, trains, Ubers, their companies, where you're hiding, who's hiding you, knows who is involved, but they didn't go to the authorities or to that person. To help them. All car companies, doesn't matter if you tried to get a car, rent, or sell. And there's more on the list. But I'm not going to get into it. It's all covered. What don't you know is, or realize, or understand, when I said all angles are covered on earth and spirit and the underworld. So instead of saying the whole entire list, the universe, whatever, I'll just say spirit, okay? Or heaven above. That is with everything. Like I said, God changed everything. He's adding to it. This is how God and spirit are mad. And now it's time they're going to show by putting their foot down. And they already started. No more getting away with anything because you think you're entitled, because you're rich, or whatever, or whoever you are. No more being a spoiled brat. And, also when teaching these ones discipline, you have to handle it not being abusive, telling someone they're no good, etc., etc. Once you do get caught, you don't have to make it difficult either. As I said in the beginning, about the pepper spray, like I said, I know it's for safety, but we need to use something like it, like I said, with the same effect, but not where it can, damage anyone. In case no one has that solution or whatever to wash it out. As I said, I'm here to help, to see what's around you, to guide you, and whatever else. I'm told, to alert on whatever. What needs to be changed. Look for signs. To be a better yourself, to help others to make themselves better. This way, all around the world, spreading love and peace. To teach you, it's time not to sit back, to speak up if you know something's wrong. If someone's being obsessive, etc. By going to the authorities with evidence, if you have any, and being positively sure. Just going to the authorities or wherever or whoever with a bunch of lies, it's not going to get you anywhere. It will come back to bite you. It's one thing, saying you know about something and you don't have evidence. You tell them, I'm not the only one that knows to look into it. But more who tells the truth about the same, that's evidence. Only by the truth. Not with these lies. Especially ones who did go to authorities or whatever, speaking up lies, with fake documents and etc., etc. Don't you think that the authorities were looking into it? Okay. Like I said, God sees everything, along with spirit. Your ancestors and all of heaven above. Thing is, if everyone paid attention, what they have to do, you know, to help others to do the same, watch how fast everything will bring. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be like, really fast, but you'll notice the changes. You'll notice around the world. And everything don't need to get higher and higher, or whatever it may be, for things to get out of control, that people are arguing about, to get them to go steal, like, what's up with the, again, I said this in my other videos, with everything getting higher and higher, but the portions are getting smaller, with food wise and whatever. I'm not going to get into it, but everybody sees this. And with that start, all the communities will be safer, cleaner. Everyone will come together. Yes, there will be some who don't want to change that way, but we all know what will happen if they, tried anything. We need to show them all the examples of what happened. For the ones that been of the 5 years, well, and the ones who since I was a child, that with all, most were caught anyway. Either way, you can't break me. Do magic. Send anyone or any entity thinking with some of who I follow, like everyone else who follows, thinks that they are mine. You're not going to know. Saying I'm a gold digger because they're rich, or I want your man that's not really yours anyway. Like I said, again, you're not going to know. And the only ones that are the gold diggers are all of you who hack or use other people's names or pages to pretend to be them. Because if you were with them and, or want to be with them, but It's not working. Or you want to get them back. So you decide to do all this to ruin them. And trying to get their followers to stop. Like I said, I know how it works. I was around artists, ones who were rich. I had real conversations with them. But I never, ever went to any of them when I was down or broke or whatever. You know, try to be friends with them. Tried to pretend, around them. To get close to them. This way, all of a sudden I can oh, I need help with something. Oh, can I get this? I'm having a tough time. Blah, 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 whatever you do. I don't know how to be, all that. So I don't know what you do to try to get your own way. I will never do magic on anyone unless I have to heal somebody, but I will do it with the help of God, the right way. I will never do magic. I don't know how to do magic, and I will never get into that because I know what happened. And I know what will happen. I never did anything, to do magic, to get money off of anybody. Or try to do magic to get anything. Because you do all that. That's the difference between the two of us. I work what I need to get, what I need, to provide for my family. Not what I want. This way I can only count on others. All this will stop with all the lies, all who is left, and all who is continuing to do. And as I always said, this is not personal at all. The only way that it's personal is if you are continuing to do all this, or, like I said in my other video, you're one of the puppy dogs who are following a certain person doing magic. Which, again, I don't know any of you. Thing is, it's the ones who are continuing and getting more involved. I'm not talking about the ones who were, but you stopped, and getting your life back on track. Again, God knows who everyone is. who stopped and trying to do better. God knows who knows but not coming forward. But I'm not going to get into all this again. Yes, I know some came forward. And I am grateful. Like, beyond. And the ones who stopped and trying to get your life together, I'm proud of you. Matter of fact, I'm proud of all of you. You know, that includes, the collective, my soul tribe, etc., etc. I'm proud of all of you. I'm grateful for all my subscribers, all my viewers. And I thank you for being here. Just know what's about to happen. And no, again, I do not know. Because God's not telling me. Because He told me I will say it. What's going to happen. Only He knows. And He will alert everyone else by saying, now for the big show. That's what I'm told. I'm not supposed to be on, like I said. But this came up. And after this is put up, I still don't know what's going to happen. So, in the meantime, I'm just going to do what I have to. Catch up on what I couldn't. And just continue to do what I have to do. And when I got messages, more messages to give out, to be alert, for, or, hey, I have an idea, or whatever message comes. But other than that, until whatever's going to happen, when that time comes, well, you'll know who I am. Again, I want to say how upset, God in heaven above are. Because what changed? The ones who were, sending, the monitoring spirits, getting through, what is that called? Traveling or whatever. Trying to get access to my records, or, trying to do tarot cards, do readings, looking into what is coming towards my way. This way, things could be blocked, delayed, whatever. Okay. For all them the ones who were letting all of you through, or to monitor, they are being taken care of too. Yeah. Well, it's been taken care of, but I'm allowed to put and say that, yeah, we knew about ones that are supposed to be on guard and protecting people. Well, they're caught because they were letting people in that they shouldn't have. And they were supposed to, get permission and knew the difference between if they were lying or not. Well, they're all being taken care of. There are more, like I said, on every angle, where the only way anyone can come in and want to see what you can, steal, get readings, whatever, to see what's coming up, to harm, block, etc., in spirit. It's all locked. Like this time, instead of all angles in spirit and, the underworld and all that, well, God actually locked it. God is the only one who has the key to let anyone in, because he knows who's lying or saying the truth, who is there to harm and who isn't. I'm not saying now, if you want to get a reading, and just the reading, on yourself, or, go to tarot readers or whatever, or do magic, as long as it's for the good, and whoever's the reader, don't keep your information to tap in what's going on, then you can get through whatever God says. And that's also for down here. To get anyone, get records, to change them, etc. It's with anything. If you, tried to harm, ruin, or, send anybody over, doesn't matter. All red flags will come up. And it will alert all authorities who are doing. They will not miss any more fake documents. Anymore. Really? Hold up. No, you're done. You're done. You're done. Nope, you're done. Go with the guys. Go play. Nope, you're done. You're done. Just give me a minute. To you too. So again, you still want to play with me and my family? Lying about me? Trying to block me? Change anything? You know, fake documents, etc., etc.? Steal? And much, much more? The ones that are continuing to do it and what was done, you know, changing things, this way I can't get it, which I will get back, and sending people, you know, who convinced my mom to sign something, which I was told not to, that will be taken care of too. There won't be any more. Sending people, you know, with fake documents, thinking that I would think that it was actual court, you know, etc., etc. No, that's all going to stop too. I was told all and everyone were alerted with all these changes. I don't know when, with the added ones, you know, we're done, but it's done. And with a couple of them, they're being done as I'm doing this. This includes, you know, those certain apps and maybe all apps. There's security. Instead of us, you know, like I've been doing, you know, before I actually alerted my bodyguards, that I'm tired of doing everything myself. You know, from before, you know, all the way back in 2009. And prior to that I tried to do it myself. No. With the apps, they already know. I'll just say, if a real person, like an artist, I'll just say, you know, that have blue checks to verify who they are, and say, you know, they want to, you know, actually text somebody or whatever it's called, message, or I don't know what it's called. That, whatever app that is, I'm not going to mention the apps, but they already know that it is the real person. I'm just saying. They'll already know. And they will know if it's a fake check mark or not. They will know. And they will let you know that this is the real person or not. Do you know this person? They know if they made other pages, for themselves. Like, I don't know. Like, in order for you to join their page, it's a private page where, you have to ask questions, whatever. They will know that it's the real person and not a fake person with these people's names saying, oh, this is my private page. Yeah, that's going around too. Making people think that it's them. With other ones, like I said, they'll ask you, you know them. But they will say, like, just say, somebody wants to be a friend of yours or whatever. They will say they are legit. That it's actually them, not a fake page that they're using their name, or they're trying to, talk to you from their page. They will be taken care of. Instead of people, trying to make reports, that, no one gets. Because I know since I heard about, people's pages being taken or hacked or whatever, that so many people, been making reports, but no one's getting it. Like I said, I don't know how many reports that I made to get my, 2 pages back. I'm still waiting. Okay. But anyway, but like I said, all workplaces, apps will be assigned, codes also, like I said in my other videos, to know who's going on anybody's pages, to steal or letting other ones in, to use their names or whatever. I don't know what's being done, but this is what I'm being told. I'm speaking about, the pages. I lost, like I said. I've been putting reports in, and like I said, they took my pages, and I can't get them yet, etc., etc. That I had over 2,000 family members that I just met. But that's besides the point. I get it back when I get it back. But I'm tired. I'm not the only one that's tired of all this. So that's why I am being told to put this up, because nope, now it's time that, people learn to get anywhere. You have to work at it. And you cannot think that you can, be someone to have everything that they have, that people worked for to provide for their family, that you think that, you have the right to have them without. This way you can, have everything but still be unhappy. And sit back and, be a spoiled brat, as my dad always says. When people don't want to work and they, go from person to person, or, or was given everything and never taught, well, you need to start working, you need to do this, whatever. They never had discipline. Well, ones like me that don't mind, helping people, but not to the ones that are constantly doing stuff like what you done to me. It's getting out of hand. I mean, first graders are acting up because they see it. And all these parents, which I, agree, and I don't blame them, they're all afraid because people keep getting into people's business. If they yell at a child or whatever, saying, look, I already told you, 3 times or whatever, nicely, now I'm yelling. But no, right off the bat, people get involved with that, not knowing that you tried to sit down to have a conversation, but people keep getting in the middle. I'm talking like with that stuff. And because you say it in front of children, that's when the child, the child that you think everyone thinks that they don't know. See, they know everything. They're sly. They just do things. Oh, wow. Okay, that got a little attention. I'm going to continue. This way I can get away with everything. We all know that. Instead of getting into people's business, you could say, if you want to get into somebody's business, and, you could say, oh, you should listen. Instead of criticizing a parent or whoever in front of a child or anyone. This is how it's getting out of control. Because ones are so quick to call, whatever they're called, CPS or DIFAS, whatever. Because a person's screaming. Especially when they have children too. And they pretend they don't scream at their kid or whatever. You know, you know that, if you're trying to talk to a child or whatever, they get so focused on, I'll just say a cartoon or something like that, they don't really hear you. I mean, adults do that too. But once you hear yelling, you think, oh, they're being abusive. You know, how do you know that, a parent finally, broke or whatever? Or if they have to do everything themselves, or there's a single parent and they have nobody, how do you know what people go through? Because everybody assumes. All that's going to stop too. We all lived, what our grandparents said did. If we didn't listen, but back then we also had all the neighbors watching us too. And if we did anything, they had permission to take us by the ear and drag us down to our home. And if we lied, oh, we didn't do that, we didn't do that. And if they found out, what do you think happened? I'm not saying, I mean, back then, you got hit with whatever was near them. I'm not saying to hit your child. I mean, patting them on the bottom of the butt, that's not being abusive. I mean, don't, like, you know what I mean. Just tap them. Don't, I don't know how to would say it, but you get what I mean. Everybody is in fear of everything. This needs to stop. I learned, and I had to learn, not to be in fear. Because I took the time to look around and saw who was lying, who was telling the truth, who was an instigator, who, whatever, was a BSer, etc. and etc. Now God and heaven above, they're putting their foot down. Along, with the ones that I just put up was the new rules and whatever, law or whatever. I said it in my other video, well, a couple of them, to also help have proof and evidence and all that there should be cameras put up on each block to stop all that stuff, and where, buildings are or streets or whatever, stores. We need to put a stop to all this. But I have stuff to do. It's morning, but like I said, I was supposed to stay off, but I had to put this out. I'm doing what I have to do for myself and my family. And it's not that I'm you know, forgetting about, all of you. I'm not. But once everything is all done, I'll be giving out more and more. But like I said, for reasons, I need to be off. And I hope this all helps someone, and it helps everyone. And like I said, new rules, new laws, and whatever God is putting together with the rules and laws in spirit and down here, He'll let me know when that list is done for me to put out. But in the meantime, He is alerting others about it. And that's why I'm bringing all this out about all that. Anyway, I have to go. This is long enough. Sending lots of love and peace around the world. And like I said, this is impersonal. It's just a general message. Till then, everyone have a lovely day, night, whatever it is. Here, morning. Ciao.